Board of Supervisors regular meeting to order. Chairman Gill, will you lead us in the invocation, please?
Yes, Board, if you stand, join me in prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, we are so pleased to be here tonight. This is a special event, a special building. This has been your house for so many years, and now the county is moving forward and conducting its business here. So we ask for you to guide us in this endeavor. We ask for you to look over us, look over the people of the county, help us make the right decisions for the county in general. And we ask for your love, your praise, and we love you, and we ask for these things in your Son's name. Amen.
Well said. Amen.
If you'll face the flag, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you all. April, you do a roll call, please.
Chairman Akers,
Present.
Vice Chairman Gill,
Present.
Supervisor Johnson,
Here.
Supervisor Magruder,
Present.
Supervisor Smith.
Here.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you. Get approval of the agenda.
So move. Second.
Moved and properly.
Chairman Akers, I'd like to add one thing to the agenda.
Yes, sir.
I'd like to add the EDA request for the tourism, or the website, construction.
So is that a motion to add? Is that we're doing that the appropriate way? Or is there a second to that motion?
I'll second that.
Motion been made and seconded. All in favor? A hearing is not a dialogue or debate. Its express purpose is to receive additional facts, comments, and opinions on subject items. Speakers should approach the lectern so they may be visible and audible to the board. Each speaker should clearly state his or her name and address. All comments should be directed to the board. All questions should be directed to the chairman. Members of the board are not expected to respond to questions. A response to questions shall be made at the chairman's discretion. Speakers are encouraged to contact staff regarding unresolved concerns or to receive additional information. Speakers with questions are encouraged to call county staff prior to the public hearing. Speakers should be brief and avoid repetition of previously presented comments. So with that, we have our public hearing on the 2025-2026 budget amendment. For the public's sake, this is a reappropriation from last year to this year of the ARPA funds that we have designated to the broadband initiative. So with that, I will open it up to any public comments on that. Hearing none, we'll close out the public comments. We'll close out the public hearing. Public comments. So each speaker shall provide his or her full name and Essex County address for the record before addressing the board. Each speaker will be limited to 5 minutes. At this point, I will open it up to public comment. Mr. Bozeman.
Joseph Bozeman, 2575 Butelo. One, are you mad yet? I don't mean Mad Hatter mad, I mean Greta Thunberg mad. Although she does have her moments. I was at the BZA meeting about a week and a half ago, and I'm still scratching my head over what they did. It seems like another board has been kicking in your stall. I thought about it, and that seems like a good analogy, considering. It seems like the BZA is now determining what uses are allowed in an A2 zone. I think the BZA is allowing contractors to be treated as farmers and their services to be considered farm use. No doubt their services are used by a farm, but I don't think their services are farm use. These contractors are not on the premises and are not farmers. The person that sells farm insurance is not a farmer and is not on the premises. The fertilizer company is not a farmer and is down the road a bit, probably on commercial property, because they are a business, not a farm nor a farmer. Now that you are aware of this, it is incumbent upon you, and that's you plural, to correct the BZA. To not do so is probably one of those feasances. Let's try nonfeasance. I think that misfeasance has already been taken, although malfeasance is still up for grabs. And number two, I heard that VDOT cannot find a record of having abandoned the public road at Ware's Wharf. I have here a copy of the 1918 deed. It has some coffee stains on it, but I can read where it describes the public highway as running from the line of Miss Maggie Young to low water mark at said Ware's Wharf. It doesn't mention for as long as the grass shall grow, but it does say forever. I would like this Board of Supervisors to return the 55,000 pieces of gold that were exchanged for a quitclaim deed, obtain a quitclaim deed back, and not even think about asking VDOT to abandon a public highway that goes to another public highway, AKA the river, for the benefit of a private individual that I believe is represented by an LLC. I would like to know why that road is blocked off and not open to the public. I would like the public to be more involved with this problem. To reiterate, that's a number one and a number two. And I have 5 minutes instead of 3, so I'd like to take this time to recognize Supervisor Magruder as being the only one to not vote for sale of Ware's Wharf, and I encourage him to continue along those lines. Also something I heard about a week and a half ago about county employees leaving. Some of those county employees were not qualified or they were underqualified and they should have left. Not saying anything about the present employees. But some of that might have been due from pressure from different supervisors to coerce these people to do things that normally they would not have done left to their own devices. I think if a supervisor does this, he should be held accountable for that. You should all be aware that these professional people normally know what they're doing. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Do we have any additional public comments? Your hard act to follow, Joe. Said your hard act to follow, nobody else is stepping up. Do we have any other public comments? Hearing none, we'll close out public comments. Move into county administrators and agencies reports. Gentlemen, just a quick update that I did reach out to Skip at the YMCA. In fact, I'll read you his email really quick because I asked for an update. They're still going through the throes of budgeting. Their pro forma has been done, and now they're working on how they would execute programs inside the county. Since there wouldn't be a physical building there, he says it's a little different from their core business model, and so they're noodling around how that's going to work. He says it's not insurmountable, it just takes a bit of time to iron out, and that he would follow back up with me in a few weeks. So they're working on it internally on what that would look like and how that would be structured, but it is progressing just slowly as things do. So that's the only other update I have for you that we didn't cover in the work sessions already. April, did you have anything to add additional to your report?
I don't have anything to add.
Let's see, Ella's not here. Bobby, do you have anything additional to add? Carlos?
You have a copy for me.
Hey, how's it going? So yeah, I got an update on the GEV 13, and that one it should be all live to go, except we ran into an issue with someone trying to activate today that we're trying to sort through. So GEV 13 is going to be turning green on the next map, but with the caveat that there's maybe a hiccup on Meadow Drive that we're figuring out. And then the GEV 21 up north, they as they were doing before they activate it, they test the light levels of the fiber optics going through the cable, and it wasn't reading properly, so they're having to relay some portion of that cable. So that one should be in the next couple weeks. And that's the only change from what you guys have.
Thank you. Any questions for Carlos, gentlemen? Thank you, sir. Brian here? Oh, let's see. Brian Lawrence, don't see him. Woody, anything additional to add? Kyle? Mary's not here. Jay here? Anything you want to step up and add? You sure? Jay said you had a bunch of comments you wanted to make. Is Haven here tonight? Let's see. Kay is. Candace, anything to add to your report? Cupper's not here. Chuck, anything additional to add with technology? No, sir. Voter registration's not here. All right, gentlemen, any questions or comments on any of the agency reports before we get into the constitutional officers? We can do our call-outs all at once, John.
I'll wait.
School superintendent, constitutional officers, and VDOT reports. Christina, do you have anything to add? Kristen, anything to add?
Just a quick update on BOE. You may have known that we did choose dates. We have them available. We've advertised them anywhere that I can think of. The first 2 dates are full, but we still have other dates. I know that last time I was up here, we said that we were hoping for after Labor Day, but there was a sneaky 45-day rule that I read about that between of them making appointments and then their actual appointment date, we have to send them a notice of rights. It has to be 45 days. So that was kind of sneaky thrown in there that I didn't know about. But we are on schedule, and I think we're going to be able to help just about every taxpayer.
Every BOE member has completed their training now?
Yes.
Perfect.
Yep. Everything is done. We're ready. I do want to do a shout out to my office. They have done a lot to get ready. Our goal is to make the BOE just show up and listen to people's stories. We have all the documents ready for them to roll. That's our goal, to make it as easy as possible on them. So my staff has been working very hard the last several weeks. So I want to do a shout out to them.
Perfect, thank
All
you.
right, thanks, guys.
Kristen, how many appointments roughly have you had right now? I know you said the first 2 days are full.
First 2 days, I'm going to say we got a good 40,
Okay.
48 members, people that have appointments already. So they'll be busy. They'll be busy.
I understand.
Thank you. Dr. Jones, you have anything you want to update the board on? Thank you.
I do. Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I was not able to participate in the first part of your meeting this evening. I was meeting with some families and employees a little earlier. But I will say that what I've heard, how the conversation went, I was not very pleased. To be honest, I was a little disappointed in some of what I've heard. And so again, secondhand, I will go back and check the YouTube video a little bit later, recognizing that I came into this role at a time when some of our financial woes from the school division were already well underway, understood. But I do take pride in standing in as the face of this division right now and how we move forward. And that's important to me. And so one of the other things that is important to me is business and professionalism at all costs. So when we last met, not all of you all, but a few of us, few of us on our side, my chair and some of you all, one of the things that we talked about in that meeting is that whatever our financial issues were, is that we weren't going to throw each other under the bus because we were all in this together. And so again, haven't heard it just yet, but I get the impression that there was a bit of a throwing under the bus, if you will, or a bit of a impression that all of where we are is solely, completely on the school division. Absolutely, the bailouts that you all have provided for us, we are so grateful because those were not on the people that are here now, understood. The deficits that we are in now clearly are on the people who are with us now, right? However, we had decided that we were going to tackle this, address this, without being unprofessional or without throwing each other under the bus. And that's important to me. That's what I say to my staff all the time. No matter what, I need you to be professional and you not to throw each other under the bus. Even when we have to write the communication that is going to have to go out to employees who are likely going to lose their jobs, that information will be done in a professional way and in a way that we're not going to throw each other under the bus. That's important to me. So some of the things that may have been said, I don't necessarily believe was the full story. I know that you all certainly have your employee, your colleague that you certainly are going to be listening, gathering all your information from. I certainly invite any of you who would like to sit down and go through our budget line by line to sit down and do that. We have done that. There was a list of cuts that was submitted today for calculations to see where that would get us. I did get a response back that indicated that we didn't have time to do that today. So for that to be talked about tonight was disappointing for me. Again, secondhand information acknowledged. So I don't know the full story just yet. I haven't heard it. However, those things are things that we take very seriously. And because for us, it's way beyond numbers. It's people that are involved, children mostly, I mean, first, but then certainly our adults who are servicing our children. And so those conversations needed to be had among us and our board, who was fully informed yesterday of what we were going to be submitting for cuts to get that deficit down. And so that was submitted today, again, for calculations to see where we were, but with the caveat that we are prepared to go deeper based on what these numbers come out to be. We are prepared to do that. And I can certainly send you an email tonight, tomorrow, that gives you exactly what we are prepared to do. I would ask for Friday, again, to get those calculations back that I'd asked for, to see where we are, and then give it to you to say, okay, here's what we're doing. Going to be some hard conversations on our side. I'm well aware, you know, and so that's something, again, we don't take lightly, but I needed to express my concerns based on what I'd heard about how things were talked about earlier this evening, because I don't want the impression left that we are not doing something that we have been advised that needs to be done based on what these numbers are telling us. We understand that we may not necessarily agree on how we got here, because there's certainly, again, our side has taken full accountability that there's some things that we had to have misunderstood and made some missteps and done wrong from the time of, you know, the interim superintendent until we learned that we have this deficit. There had to be some things on our side, and we acknowledge that. But for it not to be acknowledged on the other side, but rather talked about as if we're not being compliant, that's concerning for me. But again, all of that with the caveat that I didn't hear everything that was talked about. I just want you to know that in the face of the division, you know, when I hear some things that I think may be of a concern, I'm going to speak up on it. And certainly I'm going to try to be as professional as what I possibly can be, because that's what I demand of my staff. And so be aware that absolutely you will get what it is that you've asked for. And again, I sent something for some numbers. Haven't gotten it yet. No worries on that. We will send you a list, and we can allow you to sort out what the numbers are if that would be better. But I just wanted you to just sort of hear from me on that front tonight, and I appreciate your time. And again, not to be disrespectful, not even in the slightest bit, just sharing a concern.
Well, I'll just bring up, and I think it was Supervisor Magruder that said it. Nobody's talking about blame. We're talking about moving forward and how do we get past it.
Glad to hear that.
So
That's where we are.
And no details. I think I brought up that you'd submitted some things to look at to calculate, that we didn't have time to do it yet because going through the end of the school year, so that was known, but no details, no specifics were given. We didn't talk about anything about staffing or anything else. We did recognize that most of these problems predated yourself, that got us where we're at now, and the team that we have now. So that is clear. So if there was if somebody alluded that we're trying to throw anybody under the bus, that's not the case. We're trying to find a solution to the problem.
Understood.
The big piece that came out of this from this board collectively is that we need to, at some point, by a date certain, need to have a full meeting between our board and the school board so we understand and we can all send out a unified message on how we're moving forward and why we need to fix the things we're at. So we all agreed to do that. We agreed to have a finance committee meeting to discuss it as soon as we can, and then try to set up a joint school board of supervisors meeting so we can all sit there and talk. Some of our guys are passionate from things that happened before you, so.
I
it's-
understand.
so-
Same on our side.
Yeah.
Same on our
So-
side.
so-
They weren't here tonight, but they're passionate too, so
Yeah,
same
we're
on our side.
definitely passionate, but nothing was focused at any one you individual at all.
But you'll get a definitive list.
I appreciate that.
Yep.
I appreciate you
Yep.
speaking up.
Thank you.
Too. Yeah, thank you.
Sheriff Holmes? Nothing to add? You're welcome for the new seat. Penny, you have anything to add? See, Lee's not here. All right, John, shout outs.
All right, just got a few. First of all, I want to shout out Sheriff Holmes, and I know EMS and the library, Parks and Rec, and I don't know how many other organizations with National Night Out. I'm impressed. I really appreciate you guys and all that you do for the community. So thank you for that. That was awesome. Thank you, Kyle, for attending youth JV and varsity football games with EMS out there, large crowds like that. It's nice to know that we're looking after our citizens out there. So, and as well as your staff for helping out Kyle on the big office move. I know there was some heavy lifting going up some stairs, so I do appreciate how everybody kind of works together and helps each other out. So, and that is about it. So, for
Lonnie,
this
you
month.
have anything additional?
I'm good. Good reports again. Thank you.
Sydney?
Well, I want to thank the staff and all the committees and the boards, what you do day in and day out. It's an honor to listen to the citizens when the citizens have a concern and they go to the staff and their issues are addressed very professional and they feel very comfortable. As music to my ear, and I want to say thank you for that.
Sydney? Consented, or any questions on any of the board committee meetings? We only have 3 in there. Anybody have any questions on those? Hearing none, consent agenda. Somebody like to take all 3?
So move.
Second.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Ayes have it, thank you. First new order of business as the ARPA grant broadband budget action form. Is there a motion to approve the reappropriation of $1,533,000
I'll do it.
yeah, $1,690.
Second?
We're missing
Been moved and seconded.
95
Three
cents.
in there, I think.
You need that to nickel and you'll be all right.
I think there's an extra 3 in there somewhere.
Yeah, if you look at the dollar amount up top, it's $1,533,000.
Right, it was throwing me off a little bit.
Second.
All right, moved and second, any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Thank you, ayes have
Thank
it.
you.
Next, we have the Budget Action Form 301. This is a motion to approve a reappropriation of $47,556.50 from the unexpended fiscal year 2025 Capital Reserve Project Fund as presented and amended.
So move.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Thank you, ayes have it. Next is the Budget Action Form for the School Construction Fund. This is the motion to approve a transfer of $118,446 from the escrow school construction fund to the school reserve project as presented.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded, any discussion?
Just to point out something to the board, on the service agreement, with Train. I know that we had appropriated this money and we're just moving it to the next fiscal year, but, there is a service agreement. I think we get 1 year, but going forward, service agreement, it's just something that, to be aware of, that, there's an escalation every year. So it starts at 61K and goes up to 74K by year 5. So, there may be something in future school budgets if they decide to continue that service agreement after the 1 year, I guess, guarantee that everything works and all that. But just to be aware of that, that fact. And we may not need it, and we may decide not to do it, or they may decide not to do it. But anyway, that is in there, in that documentation.
And this has been vetted through our procurement, correct?
Yes, it has.
So motion's been made and seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Thank you, ayes have it.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Next, we have proposed resolution 25-021. This is the participation in the opioid settlement funding.
Make a motion to approve proposed resolution 25-021 as presented or amended.
Second?
Moved and properly seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Thank you, ayes have it.
Thank you.
Finally, we have we do have one other thing. Proposed ordinance 25-010, which is a centralized services agreement. Gentlemen, this was the ordinance that we had to pass in order to lock down the agreement between the schools and the county.
So move.
Second.
Motion's been made and properly seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Thank you, ayes have it. And finally, we have the EDA. Do we have a,
EDA funding for the website as proposed.
So I'll go ahead and make the motion that the Board of Supervisors approve an EDA request in the amount of $12,269,000 for the establishment of the tourism sub-site on the new county website.
Second.
motion's been made and properly seconded. Any discussion?
I need to ask April, do we have the money at this time, looking at our financial, what we facing down the road financially with other areas? Do we have the money to do this at this time?
You do have the funds available at this time. You do.
That will not impact us in terms of dealing with our responsibility with IRS?
It would be irresponsible for me to advise one way or the other. I don't know what those amounts will be. They're undetermined at this time. But it's a it's a relatively small amount that they're asking, and we will
Yeah, I
be
understand.
collecting some through the rest of the year. Where if you needed to, once we end the year with like the transient occupancy tax, we could do a transfer from that to reimburse it from, your unassigned or your general fund.
Yeah, because, we, our earlier meeting, we're looking at 1.4 million,
Right.
And every penny will help toward that.
Well, and if
And-
this generates more visitors, that could pump more money into the county and the town. That could increase your revenues as well, but we do have, an agreement through the ordinance that any funds collected, we would earmark above 2% and then 50% of that to go towards the same initiative. So, if we look at what we had last year, it's right on target to be about the same. I would think that it would be a relatively low-risk expenditure.
Thank you for you.
You're welcome.
Any other discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Thank you, ayes have it. Having no more business for open session, someone move us into closed session?
I move that the Essex County Board of Supervisors convene in closed meeting pursuant to Code of Virginia Section 2.2-3711A1 for discussion of the assignment, appointment, promotion, performance, demotion, salaries, disciplining, or resignation of specific public officers, appointees or employees of the board, and the performance of the county administrator.
We can leave out the last half of that, Bud.
I just wondered, we need to read all that, and we're only going to do performance appraisal of
We
the.
just need a motion on what, somebody just needs a second.
Second.
Motion's been made properly seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Thank you, we're in closed session. That's safe.
All we need to read was only
see the concert we have back there? We took a little nap while you were waiting.
We had the TV on.
We had to finish all the snacks, Arnie, it just took us a while.
I got one question, what's this little blood pressure monitor thing back here?
We need that, I probably need to have that built into the chairs, probably. That would be
That is,
helpful.
a blood pressure
I don't know. What are you doing, Dylan?
Where's the trash can?
We haven't got that yet. That's still in order. Get a, motion to, return to open session.
I so move.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, we're back in open session. Do a roll call, please, April.
Chairman Akers.
Present?
Vice Chairman Gill.
Present.
Supervisor Johnson.
Here.
Supervisor Magruder.
Present.
Supervisor Smith.
Yeah,
Thank you, John.
Somebody read our compliance certification, please.
And then whereas, you mean read us back into closed.
You wanna go back into closed session? We
No,
just got out.
no, read us back into open session.
We just did that. And then did a roll call.
We did the roll call.
I know.
So we need
I'll
a
go ahead.
resolution,
You want me to go ahead and read?
Yeah.
go ahead.
Whereas the Essex County Board of Supervisors
That's what I was
convenes a
talking
closed session on
That's
this
what I
date
said.
pursuant to an affirmation recorded vote in accordance with the provisions of the Virginia Freedom of Information Act, and whereas Section 2.2-3712 of the Code of Virginia requires a certification by the board that such closed session was conducted in conformity with Virginia law. Now there be it resolved that the board hereby certify that to the best of each member's knowledge, one, only public business matters lawfully exempted from open meeting requirement of Virginia law were discussed in closed session to which this certification resolution applies, and two, only such public business matters as were identified in the motion by which the closed session was convened was heard, discussed, or considered in the meeting by the board.
Any member that feels there was a departure from section 1 or 2, please state the substance of such now. I don't have the exact language. Hearing none.
Hearing none.
Please certify the board, April.
Chairman Akers.
I certify.
Vice Chairman Gill.
I certify.
Supervisor Johnson.
I certify.
Supervisor Magruder.
I certify.
Supervisor Smith.
I certify.
Thank you, gentlemen.
All right, get a motion to approve, accept the county administrator's evaluation and subsequent, increase as discussed.
So move.
Second.
Moved and properly seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Chuck, will you scroll down to the board of directors? I don't have my computer back up. Essex County office is closed in observance of Columbus Day, October 13th. Our October work session, October 14th, here at our BO boardroom, and our regular meeting followed at 7. Any other directives, gentlemen, outside those that were defined today? We'll probably have a meeting in 2 weeks, hopefully.
We will have a meeting in 2 weeks.
So we'll have it here. Any other directives?
I don't have a directive, I got something on.
Please? Yeah.
Gina's
Um,
gotta give the date. What did you mention?
One was the VACO conference.
Yes.
Ms. Gina says that the hotel is full. I'd like to go to that conference. I've been to every one for 24 years, so. If we can find a place we can stay, or,
And is
Get
it
me
just
some
our seats that
information?
are full, Gina, or is it just our?
Yes, our, so this Ryan's going, we're going, April's going, and then
So there's, on the site, they held rooms at Vaco, because, Valerie does it, but there's other hotels and spots. So we can see if somebody will reserve a spot that they turn in and that they don't use like we normally do, and get one for Bud.
So if there's like another county that,
yeah, if someone
Mhm.
bails out or whatever.
so we can request for an open seat, if not, it's
Yeah.
for
Okay,
nearby.
you have mine, right?
yes,
Okay.
yes.
Yours is a Region 2
Yeah, they got you in the kitchen
guaranteed
this year.
spot that they do automatically. What is it?
Mhm.
We got him in the kitchen this year.
No, they have a special room that they set aside for a Region 2 rep.
Is it
That's-
padded?
Yeah,
I've
he's
never
got the
stayed in
bed.
it. I've never stayed in it. That's Sydney's bedroom. I don't know. I don't know.
The top floor.
I'm not sure. Gina?
You guys are getting tired now.
Yeah.
That's silly.
And I had a request from Angelo Stevens a couple days ago with how we were proceeding on the Jack Stevens Memorial Bridge.
It's slow, but it hasn't fallen off the list.
I just need to
yes.
tell him something that we're still working on.
We're still working on it.
Okay.
Chairman Akers, a real quick 30-second. We had the Region 2 meeting down in Gloucester the other week. We were able to present our issues. Brian Barnes gave me several issues that I brought up in front of VACO, as well as the concern about state budget money. It was well received. Katie Boyle is on top of that stuff for social services and stuff, so they have heard us. I brought up the fact that we don't want to be dinged for our good record keeping and all that, and she took that suggestion that if others aren't in compliance, that counties like Essex that are in compliance don't get dinged, so she's gonna bring that back. I don't know where it'll land, but we have been heard, which was good news, so, and I appreciated their opportunity to speak in front of them, so that worked out well.
Thank you for doing that.
No problem.
And one last thing I had was, there's a trip leaving out of West Point PDC building for solar.
That's right.
Yeah, we
The
got
county will be represented by Woody Walker, who's attending.
Okay.
Yeah,
They're opening it up if more people want to go. They can take a bigger bus
Yes.
if anybody's interested.
I know I couldn't, Ronnie couldn't,
couldn't.
John
I couldn't.
couldn't. Our,
We
Just-
did invite Tim. He has a conflict, so,
interesting to see, usually good networking.
Mm-hmm.
It, unfortunately, it won't, like our landfill doesn't qualify for what they're
the
doing.
project, yeah.
No,
That
they
type
will
of
with them, because we're not winning.
Right, right. And I think it's too small. I think our
It's too
landfill
small.
is too
Yeah.
small for it.
Yeah,
But it is, I went to the one that was at the Surrey Nuclear Power Plant, looking at small modular reactors. It was a very worthwhile trip. And this would be good too, just to, so we can continue to get the updates and just see what's going on out there. But
Well,
if,
somebody
yeah, if
go.
anybody can go, I mean, they welcome you to.
Right. I just want to make everybody aware.
Yeah, Woody's very excited to go.
Good.
Very excited. And Tim Smith was, sorry that he's otherwise committed, because he would have attended with him as a networking opportunity, because it
Good
doesn't qualify.
And they're gonna do some other future tours and things like that. They're gonna try to do these on a regular basis as they can. Anything else, gentlemen? Hearing none, get a motion.
Move to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
We are adjourned.